Are you alive? But if I tell you that you are not, what if I also tell you that you're alive and dead both at the same time until observed? Do you believe me? Well, let us go through today's video and find out if we are indeed living. Based on the scientific theory of quantum mechanics and the thought experiment brought to light by the Nobel Prize winning physicist Erwin Schrödinger in the year 1935. Let us begin. Erwin Rudolf Joseph Alexander Schrödinger, born in the year 1887 in Vienna, was a Nobel Prize winning Austrian physicist recognized for putting forth the famous Schrödinger's equation, an equation that provides a way to calculate the wave function of a system. We will come back to Erwin and the wave function later. But what's important to remember here is that it was he who coined the term quantum entanglement, and it was also him who thought of the experiment now known as Schrödinger's cat. Now, to illustrate this paradoxical thought experiment, we need a sealed box, a vial of very toxic poison, toxic enough to kill any organism which dares to come in contact with it, a Geiger counter, a hammer, a radioactive atom, and last but not least, a living organism. Now, Mr. Schrödinger used a cat for his own reasons, but the experiment does not change much if you were to use a dog, a bird, an elephant maybe, if you could find one, or even a human being. The thought experiment is supposed to work as follows. First of all, the living organism, the vial of poison, the hammer, the Geiger counter, and the radioactive atom, which has a 50-50 chance of decaying or not decaying, are placed inside a sealed box. Now, as the radioactive atom only has a 50% chance to decay, and if it does, the Geiger counter detects it, releases the hammer, which in turn breaks the vial of very toxic poison, killing cat in the process. As the box is sealed, there is no way a person outside the box can see what's happening inside. And the only way to certainly tell if the cat is alive or not is by opening the sealed container and taking a look for ourselves. Now, according to the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, after some time, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. As the fate of the cat ultimately depends upon the radioactive atom, which again only has a 50% chance of decaying. And if the particle does decay, the Geiger counter detects it and the cat dies. However, if the particle does not decay, then nothing happens and the cat lives. As there is no way to certainly know without opening the box, the radioactive atom is said to be in a state of superposition. At the very instant that the box is opened, the person waiting outside, that is, the observer, makes an observation. And it's also at this very instant that the wave function of the particle collapses. And it assumes its final state, that is, having decayed or not. Let's talk about superposition and wave function a little and see how they might affect me and you, and not just members of the animal kingdom. Let us start with superposition, or as it's scientifically known, the principle of quantum superposition. Superposition broadly means that a particle, such as a radioactive atom, can exist in two states at once. It is only when an observation is made that the system stops being a superposition of states and becomes either one or another, when observation takes place. That is to say, that as the observation is made, the wave function of the particle collapses and it assumes one of the possible states. Yes, the wave function, which looks like this, is what defines the quantum state of a system. The concept of wave function in quantum mechanics was introduced once again by our man, Mr. Schrödinger, in the year 1926. The wave function itself is often a superposition of different possible states, and its ability to be a superposition of multiple states is a direct manifestation of the superposition principle. Now, I will not go into further detail as that's a topic for a whole nother video. But let's circle back to the start and answer the main question. Well, yes. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. But according to the Hungarian-American physicist John von Neumann, as described in his book Mathematical Foundations, this quantum system could be extended indefinitely. Let's assume, instead of you, the observer, directly opening the box, it was your friend who did it. Well, now, the friend, him or herself, is a part of the wave function, and he or she has seen both a live and a dead cat. The person who learns about the fate of the cat, him or herself, becomes a part of the wave function, or as they say in the field of quantum mechanics, quantum entangled. What's even crazier is that as this system can be extended indefinitely, it could theoretically, possibly, be extended to include the whole Earth and the whole of human race. So as to an alien, you would be neither alive nor dead, but be in a superposition of states. And it's only when the said alien looks at you, or better said, makes an observation, that your wave function collapses. Now, there are many challenges in extending such a system to the scale of the entire Earth, the main among them being decoherence. But it does beg the question, if we are in a state of superposition to the aliens, are they the same to us? Anyways, that was all from me here at the Silverlight Studio. I hope you learned at least something from the video, and as always, if you have any suggestions, be sure to write them down in the comments. I like reading each and every one of them. Till next time.